Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I want to talk about street photography today, specifically in Las Vegas. What I've learned throughout the past year of traveling is that when you're in a new place, in a new city, you kind of have to get lost in it. And when you get lost in it, you find streets and crevices where you normally wouldn't look. And you kind of find little treasures, and that's what makes those cities so special to you once you leave them. And I often forget that living here in Las Vegas, like I have a gold mine of like pictures that I could be making on a daily basis, like every single day, in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. And I took advantage of that. I went down to the Las Vegas Strip 2 days ago, and I came out with some really good pictures, and I wanted to share some of them. This is street photography at night in Las Vegas. So this first picture is one of the first pictures I took. I parked at Planet Hollywood because there's free parking there. So if you guys are going to visit Las Vegas and you're renting a car, or if you're a local, park at Planet Hollywood. That place is still free parking because it's a mall. But when you leave Planet Hollywood, you go up these escalators to cross over to the other side of the street. And as I was going up, you know, I had my camera ready. Like I had the camera on from the minute I left the parking garage, and I'm just like hunting for things. And this is one of the shots that I got. I really like this because this girl, she's just kind of looking out. And I think she kind of saw me at the end take her picture, but it's one of those like impromptu, candid photos that just could become very classic. And just as a side note, a lot of these pictures actually can be put in black and white, and I could probably make like a zine book, and I might actually do that, just filled with a bunch of like Las Vegas pictures. So I might make a zine with pictures like this in black and white, but the way I color edited this one was very different from what I normally do. I know I'm talking a lot about this picture, but this is an in-depth look at how I edited all these pictures. I did something I normally don't do. I wanted to go for a different type of edit, a different type of look from what I normally shoot. Very grainy, color distortion just a little bit more of a film look. I've been seeing people like Willem Verbeen and other people shooting with even disposable cameras, and the film look is just so priceless, so timeless. To me, it's very classic, and not just vintage, but it's timeless, and you just can't replicate that. So I tried to, and if you notice on here, I don't know if I did it or not, but I do like how golden and green this picture is. You got some of the reds mixing in there, so there's that color distortion where colors and combinations of colors that I normally don't edit with came out perfectly in this picture, and a perfect subject, the girl peering over into the Las Vegas Strip. Really was proud of this picture. Once I got this one, I think that warmed me up and I kind of got going. This next one, I actually was about to call it quits. I was at the Bellagio fountains, you know, the big water show, and I was about to go back and leave, but I saw Bally's. I saw this, I don't know what it is I saw, but I was gonna go cross over to Bally's. So I walked up these steps around and into a tunnel area to go onto a bridge, and I looked down and I see these girls coming down, and I just sat there and I waited, and I got this picture, and I just posted on my Instagram account. Follow my Instagram to see the caption, but the gist of it was that, you know, here I am, a complete like God's view, and I'm seeing these two girls just laugh and having a fun time, and they don't know that I captured this, and they're gonna go live their lives, and they have no idea that there's this moment that they shared that is forever gonna be recorded in history. I think that's very beautiful. So I also like how golden this picture is. I do like the pattern of the floor, the carpet. This picture was very yellow and green. I turned it a little bit more into yellow and magenta. So I think the edit came out really nicely on this one. This one is just it's like a Willem Verbeen type shot of just like something mundane, but the way it gets edited, it makes it kind of nice to look at. This is something that I could probably watch 10, 15 years from now and say, oh wow, that looks interesting. This parking structure here might still be the same, but it's just nice to look at. I like the greens in this, and I like the oranges in this. What I remember from editing this picture is that I was going for more of a film look, more of a like a cinema look. So kind of more like something you'd see like in a Matrix or like a John Wick film or something like that. I'm trying to edit my pictures a little bit more like if they were settings in a movie and locations in a movie. And it kind of gives me a completely different type of edit, which I really like. This next one's kind of just a random picture. Not really I didn't really get what I was going for here. Maybe it's the way I edit this picture, but I mean, it's just a guy eating a pizza, you know. Nothing really special about that. I got some really good shots, some bangers of shots, but this one kind of is just kind of one of those like, it could be thrown away, and I wouldn't mind. This next one's a little bit better just because I feel like this could be the beginning of a movie where like you're panned out and then you start to zoom in on him. And just how alone he is, like nobody inside in this like casino mall. You also have the nice little structure of that that roof and upper deck. I don't know what you'd call that, the wall designs, whatever, the structure. It looks really nice, and this is one of these edits that I actually did like. I actually messed around with this and I made a preset off of this, and the preset works on almost everything. So I'm really happy with the way I contorted the tone curve. I did all three channels separately, the red, the green, and the blue, and I got some really, really rich color off of this picture and this edit. And even if the picture's not great, just the editing process is something that this picture was able to give to me. I even got my first preset that actually works on most pictures. I've made presets in the past and you put them on certain pictures and it doesn't work. This one works. I might even sell a preset pack later on, but this one's really nice. I like the grain. I like how timeless it looks. It looks like I shot this with an actual film camera. This is just one of those guys on the street that gives out like cards for ladies of the night. He was all by himself. I just took a picture. Kind of shows how lonely these guys can be, doing, to me, a meaningless job. And I don't know if his isolation is shown in the picture, but that's really what I was going for. There's some really rich color in here. You have the pink, you have the blues of the ground, the green, and then the gold up top. So it's a nice combination of 4 different colors. And I thought that at least the edit was really nice. And I hope the isolation is shown in the picture. This one was one of my favorites. You have the glow. I mean, this could technically almost look like Times Square. It just kind of shows how big my city is compared to like the other ones, like New York City, LA. Like it's not that big, but it's got a big city feel when you're on the strip. You have people from all over the world, and these are 2 sidewalk performers. You know, they take pictures with people for tips. And they're just kind of walking around, and what I really like about the picture is that, number one, I do like their outfits. Second, I like the motion in the picture. And again, the edit came out really nice, like if I'd shot this with a film camera. So very proud of what I did with these edits. I think this is one of the ones that I applied that preset I made onto this. I think I just tweaked it a little bit, but for the most part, you have some rich color in here. You have the orange reflecting on the floor and the blue. You have the glow of the big LED screens, and the girls they look great with the crushed blacks. You get to see most of the detail in their feathers. This was a really good picture, and I really enjoyed posting this one on my Instagram. This is one where like I felt like a real street photographer, because I saw this lady and I purposely walked towards her and then behind her, and I quickly pointed my camera and I shot this shot. That's why you see the motion blur in this, and she's standing still. I was switching between automatic and manual. I think this was in manual because I wanted to have no blur, but I guess I had the shutter speed a little bit too low. I still captured some motion blur in there, and thank goodness that I did, because I feel like that adds to the picture as opposed to this just being a still with no motion. Not sure what the story here is. It's just a random person on Las Vegas Boulevard. This picture is really nice. I really like this. This is something that you would see from like Suicide Squad or something. You have like the green and the orange, some nice hues that are clashing. I do like that I was able to get this light post, traffic light post, in focus, and the person down there is blurred out. If only the sticker said something other than in decline. It's something a little bit more meaningful. Like that would have made the picture perfect. Technically I could Photoshop something on there, but I don't like to Photoshop my pictures. I just like to Lightroom edit them. But I think this is really great. I have a nice subject at the bottom, rich color, a nice perspective, a different type of angle as opposed to just being on the street. I really like this picture. It's very unique. I wouldn't say it's anything special, but it is an above average shot, and it's a really good perspective for that. This is actually not on the strip. This was before my night began. There's this shop. I don't know what they sell there, what they do, but I've always driven by it on my way to my old house, and I've always said I wanted to take a picture because something about the way that those tungsten lights are set up there, it's just interesting. It's really nice. I really like them, and I took the shot. Kind of came out how I wanted it to. I think this is a picture I'm gonna have to go back and retweak and re-edit because I'm not too happy with the way it came out, but overall it has the effect that I wanted, and I'm glad that I made the time to stop by and take this picture that I've had in mind for a while. The only thing that would make this better is if I had a subject standing there or walking by. That would really make the picture a lot better. This gives me a little Joker feel. You got the stairs, and you have the beautiful colors of magenta and gold. There's some aqua in here and some teal, so this is very orange and teal, but you still have a lot of magenta in it, a lot of purple, and a lot of gold. The biggest thing that I focus on here is the girl with her crossed arms. I don't know what she was thinking, but my eyes are just drawn to her, and she's at the very bottom of the corner. I wish it was only just her in the picture, nobody else. That would make everything so much better. This is nothing more than a snapshot, but it does have a really cool subject in the girl, and it has a really nice composition where you have almost like an X or an H feature with the stairs and then the pillars going off into the top. But overall, nice picture. This is in front of the Paris. I just saw this crowd talking, and then they started turning around and walking, and I just wanted to grab them, take a shot, and this is what I got. Nothing very special. It's just a nice little shot, some good lighting, some motion blur. It's got a nice edit to it, nothing more than that. This one's pretty cool. Again, I wish there was no people around, but I think having people there is pretty cool. The only thing I would really 100% fix is this guy in the very front. I'd move him over to the right because I feel like he takes up a lot of space, but I do like the guy in the background, just arms in his pocket, just walking. It's a mystery, you know. Another film type of composition where maybe you have him walking, and then he's the protagonist or antagonist, and he slowly walks up to the camera, and you just get a close-up of his eyes or something. Like, it seems like the setup to like a nice movie scene, and that's kind of what I'm going for in my photography now. I'm really trying to incorporate that aspect of it, where I'm more of a director than a photographer, if that makes sense. This is an example of failed pictures. I showed you guys one with the guy eating the Sbarro, but this is another shot where I just wasn't in the right angle, and it's a nice picture. I just don't like it. Editing this picture, like, I wasn't sure how far to rotate it because I thought it was crooked. I didn't know how to fix it. But overall, this picture, it's okay, but not my favorite. I could actually throw this away. This is a shot of the Cosmopolitan. The only thing I would edit out here is the corner tip of that other building, and then I would probably re-edit this. The way I see the Cosmopolitan in person is very futuristic, and this film look on it I don't think fits. So I would probably go back and re-edit this picture to make it look more like Tron Legacy, more Blade Runner 2049, as opposed to a film look, a vintage film look like what you see on screen. So I probably would change it back so I could have a little bit more of a glow on the picture. I do like how the Cosmopolitan sign is perfectly lit. It's not overexposed, so the lighting on this is really nice. Overall, it's a good picture, but nothing special. Last picture here is Hattie B's hot chicken sandwich shop. I went to Nashville to eat at Hattie B's, not knowing that there was one open here since like the fall of 2018 at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. And so while I was shooting and stuff, I went down there. Yeah, this is the shot that I took. I've always wanted to have that diner shot. I've seen so many paintings and photographs of diners, and I've always wanted one. I feel like this is the closest I've come. You've got the shadowy people, and then you have the light on the cook. It's pretty cool. I think this is like a modern twist on it. This one I didn't crop at all. This could potentially be one of those that I actually print out and blow up, just because I like it a lot. The neon signs are not overexposed, and raising the shadows and the blacks, I think really brings out a certain texture and quality to the picture, and kind of tells a little bit of a better story than having it be super dark as it was originally shot. And it's got a nice hue of kind of like yellow and green, which is something I normally go against. I'm usually an orange and teal guy, but I actually really like the way these pictures came out. And being in Las Vegas, there's a lot of lights, a lot of neon lights, and sometimes if you shoot more in a muted tone, it's going to be difficult to edit those pictures unless you completely eliminate certain colors using the saturation sliders. But overall, street photography at night in Las Vegas is really cool. I actually want to go back and shoot during golden hour and blue hour, see if I can get anything with those buildings, but it's going to have to be a project where I keep going back over and over and over, because the amount of people, the amount of things happening, the amount of sunsets and cloudy days and rainy days, overcast days, just time of the year, Las Vegas Strip looks very different. It could look very beautiful. It could look very depressing depending on the day. So it's going to have to be a project. But I really enjoyed the way those pictures came out, and I hope that you guys enjoyed some of those shots. If you guys want to see this as a series where I go to the Strip, hit the like button, give me a comment. But that's going to do it. That's going to do it. I might do a video on the editing process of those pictures. I also I shot a video on my laptop, but I wasn't happy with the way it came out, so I might reshoot that to show you guys what I edit on. And I have some other projects too, just more photography-based projects where I show you guys my process, my workflow on how to shoot and how to edit some of these pictures. I am going to be going into a 4-month period where I'm going to have no days off. I'm going to be working from 6 in the morning till like probably 11 at night. I don't know if I'll be consistently posting, but I will do my best to go out and shoot and maybe even shoot a quick video like this. But I don't want to package something up that I just quickly made and just put out there, because I want my work to be represented in a certain way. And if I can't do that in a manner that shows professionalism and high quality as opposed to high quantity, then I might be inconsistent for the first all the way through May. But trust me, when the summer hits, I will be traveling. I will be doing pictures and projects with other people, other photographers that have asked me that they want to shoot with me, models that I might be shooting in the future. So I'm excited for the summer, but in the meantime, my focus for photography will be strictly for the channel and doing videos like these where I actually speak about my photography and the pictures that I've taken. I feel like this video has ran a little bit long. I thank you guys if you guys made it all the way to the end. As I already said, like, comment, but don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications if you want to know when I upload a video. Being here in Las Vegas, I have a lot of opportunity and I want to make the most of it, and I want you guys to see that going forward. I also have a Hattie B's hot chicken food review coming up, and a couple other things that I've been trying to work on from my travels in Nashville, Denver, and Boston, and even Santa Monica Beach in LA. So stay tuned for those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I gotta go. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.